Hey guys, welcome to DevOps School. In this video tutorial, we are going to learn about Kubernetes. Kubernetes is developed by Google and it is an open source platform that automates container operations. It eliminates many of the manual processes involved in deploying and scaling containerized applications. After going through this tutorial, I promise you that the concept and understanding of the Kubernetes will be absolutely clear to you.
But before that, let me ask you a few things. Are you dreaming of a career with higher pay and more responsibilities? Or are you ready to take your skills to the next level this year? Then start investing in DevOps School certification level courses which will help you to emerge skills for a wide range of entry-level roles and as well as higher potential future positions. But with thousands of courses online and in classroom worldwide, finding the right one for your career goals can be difficult. You can consider our courses like Agile Developer, Agile QA, DevOps Certified Professionals, Site Reliability Engineering, DevSecOps, and Masters in DevOps Engineering, where you will have access to well-structured, easy-to-follow course content that has been developed and will be delivered by industry professionals. You can join on our training programs globally through online platforms, and if you are looking for classroom workshops, then we have regular sessions available in Bangalore, Hyderabad, Chennai, Delhi NCR, Mumbai, and in Pune. Simply compare our many courses, find the one that suits your style and schedule best, and start today.
Now you want to understand what you want to desire in YAML and JSON. So basically there are many objects which we have. Kubernetes, we call it Kubernetes API objects, such as pods, different kind of controllers we have, services we have, storage. And this is the not exhaustive list actually. There's so many other than that also is available. So now the question is, what is pod? What is a pod? Right? What is a pod? So if you look at this here, think about it. This image. Here if you look at this, we have a virtual machine. So we have a hypervisor, right? So we have a hypervisor which manages the virtual machine. Now, hypervisor manages the virtual machine. Now, what Kubernetes Docker manage? Docker manage container. So guys, similar way, Kubernetes is a platform which will manage a pod. Kubernetes always deploy a pod. Same way, VM deploy the VMs, hypervisor deploy VMs, Docker deploy containers. So Kubernetes always deploy pod. Another way to look at it is like, so VM has what? Image. Think about it. Logical. VM has an image. Which image? OS image. Container also has image, but which image? Docker image. Now, but pod has a container. Understand that. Pod has containers. Now, VMs, you can install any operating system. Think about it. Any operating system. Same way, inside a container, you can run any root file system. So same way, inside a pod also, you can have any kind of containers. Yeah, any kind of containers. So in short, what is a pod? So pod is an atomic unit of scheduling in Kubernetes. Pod is an atomic unit of scheduling in Kubernetes. So inside a pod, what you have? Container. Inside a pod, you may have a multiple container. So whenever you talk about the Kubernetes, you always talk about the pod, never talk about the container. Okay? So think in that way. Now guys, you see here, all the resources like a kernel namespaces and all, which I discussed at the time of Docker, which we used to get allocated to the containers earlier. Now it's happening at the pod level. Yeah, network, mount, IPCs, links, all these things get associated with the pod level, not a container level. That means you can access all the containers, you can access the same mount, same network and all this stuff. Here what it says, all containers in pod share the pod environment. This is how it is. So here you have you have a pod, you have two containers. This is called tight coupling. So sometimes what happens, like you want to run the container inside the application inside the same pod. So inside a pod, how can you run it? You cannot run it to application inside the pod. You have to run it in the container. So here you have a container and two containers, and they one database, one application. So you are running in the same pod. It can be possible. Now this is called loose coupling. One container, one pod. So that means one pod, one container. When we have it, then it's a loose coupling. Look at this here, this image. Look at this here. You have a 4 Nginx pod left side, and each one of these has a container, one container each. But if you see the right side of 4 Nginx, 5 Nginx pod itself, container is there. So why this is wrong? Can you tell me? Any help on this?
If you liked our Kubernetes session so far, please enroll for our channel membership $399 plan to get access of all the parts.
Same port number. Same port number.
So here is a way so that you will not be able to use it because pod load balancing will be one container which is running on 80 or 81, 82, whatever it is. So it's the rest of the containers will become waste. So first container we always say main container of the pod. Second container if you have inside a pod, we call it sidecar container. This is how it is, sidecar container. Main container, sidecar container. See, so here main container and sidecar container, both container which is inside a pod share all the environment of like a network, IPC, mount and blah blah blah. Okay. Now pods can be a scale also. Like you have one pod, you can make a multiple pod also. So this is called pod life cycle. So which are the pod life cycle? So pod first, if it gets initiated, it's in pending state. Look at the container inside that. Container is not ready, pod is not ready. Then the moment the container start running, the pod also start running. And then container gets filled, pod also gets succeeded or filled. So this is the thing. So here understand that. Do you remember that how come the container is running? Container is running as long as the PID 1 is running. I said it multiple times. So but how come the pod is running? Pod is running if one container is running. Pod is running with all containers is running inside the pod. So understand that. That's the relationship. Okay. So now if you have a one pod, you have a two container, main container and sidecar container, supporting container. So main container is running on 80 port and a supporting container is running on 5000. If you want to access from outside of the pod, then you have to use the pod IP address. Okay. So you see here, left side, pod IP address we are using. Each pod you get an IP address. Now, if you are accessing, you have a one pod, one container, that's the best practices. Each pods can connect to each other through pod network. Now I told you the pod networking requirement during the discussion of the kubeproxy. So because of that, each pod communicate over the pod network. Okay, so that is what it happens. Now look at this here. So we have two containers inside a pod. Each container, if they want to talk to each other, they can talk to each other through localhost. But from outside, if they want to talk to, they have to talk to the IP address. So that is what it happens. So ultimately, guys, what is a pod? So I hope you have understood by now. Pod is a basically wrapper around the container. Simple. Pod is a kind of wrapper around the container to make this manageable through the Kubernetes, because Kubernetes cannot directly manage the container. It is indirectly trying to manage it. Simple. So here, pod has one or more container. Pod has its application or it can be service. The most basic unit of work that's in Kubernetes, unit of scheduling in Kubernetes. By the way, pods are inferior actually. So if the pod is there, same pod you cannot redeploy. Again, hardcore this statement. Same pod you cannot redeploy. You cannot stop the pod or something. If that pod is getting succeeded and failed, whatever it is, then you have to get a new pod. Same pod you won't get it. So that way. So they are there or not there. Simple. Atomicity. Now, what is the job of the Kubernetes? So Kubernetes job is to keeping keeping your pods running. Okay, more specifically, keeping the desired state. That's the job of the Kubernetes, such as pod state, health, and liveness job. So Kubernetes actually job is to keep the pod running in the healthy state and make it accessible to all the services, which I will talk about in some. Okay. So guys, did you understand the pod? What is a pod? Everyone?
Yes.
Okay, great. So guys, you have got the pod. Now, see here, look at my screen please. This is if you want to declare that YAML file, how do you declare? Look at this here. You have to declare kind, API version, pod or whatever it is. I'll explain it to you. So you get a one pod. So now what happens? This is a declarative language. Remember YAML and all. So when it's not like a for loop. I is equal to 1, I is less than 20, it's 19 pod. Not like that. So if you have a pod, kind is equal to pod, you get only one pod. But if you want a multiple pod, you have to use another API object, which is called replication controller. So here you see here, pod, multiple pod, you can get it inside the replication controller. Okay, and multiple pod, you can get it also in the deployment. But when multiple RC replication controller, you can get into the deployment, and which along with some other features also. So this I will discuss during the demo. That will be better for me. Service again I will discuss second day tomorrow afternoon and stuff like that. So guys, overall this is the discussion.
Thanks for watching. If you liked our Kubernetes session so far, please enroll for our channel membership 399 plan to get access of all the parts. Along with that, you can access our other tutorials such as Docker, Ansible, Jenkins, Terraform, Splunk, AWS, Azure, and various other DevOps related premium tutorials with our channel membership. If you would have any issues with our channel membership, you can drop an email to us at contact@devopschool.com, or you can also unsubscribe from channel membership anytime if you don't want to continue or did not like the video. To get our channel membership, click onto the join button, select the 399 plan and grow your skills immensely.
Please be kind enough to like it, and you can comment any of your doubts and queries. We will reply to them at the earliest.
Thanks for watching.